Okay, Ed and I just took and poured 1/2 cup of room temperature warmish water into this bread maker, and then we took 1 egg and whipped that up in the bullet, and we poured 1/2 of that egg into the bread maker.
Do you see that? It says grams below the 0.
Right.
If you push it again, it's fluid ounces. If you push it again, it's milliliters. And if you push it again, it's pound and ounces.
Okay.
You want it to be on grams.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to put butter in here next. And we need 14 ounces of butter, or 14 grams of butter. To get that, first we put the knife on the scale, and it weighs 98 grams. So we push this, and it zeroes it out. So now anything that goes on top of here will be registered here. So we need 14 grams of butter.
Okay.
If you bring in that little butter dish to me, I can get close to 14 and then
Okay.
0 grams here. And we're gonna get about 14 ounces here. And if we don't, we'll get it the next time. So that's 11 ounces. So we need 3 more. May have got more than that. 14 ounces, or 14 grams.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
Okay, now what I like to do is wipe it off on the handle there.
Okay.
You can do it with my fingers, but they may not be clean. So now we have 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 an egg, and 14 grams of butter. Okay, now you can stop recording.
Okay.
Okay, now we want 220 grams of flour. To get that, we need to do it again. So we'll zero this out. So now it's back down to 0. Put this on, and it says 501 grams, whatever. Sometimes it's 498, sometimes it's whatever. So we push this again so it's 0. Now, anything we put in there is what it's going to measure. So we need 220 grams of flour. So we just go there's 105. I was worried that was going to happen. 197. 224. So we need to take 4 grams out.
So we needed what, 220?
220. It's 222. Okay, it's 220 now.
Okay.
So we pour the 220 in. Oh, you want me to? Next, we need to put the last 3 ingredients in, and that's sugar, salt, and yeast. And the measurements are 25 grams of sugar first. So put that on there. Make sure it's zeroed out. It is. I like to get it zeroed out first, then put this on and zero it out. Now, if I'm in the kitchen and I go over a little bit, I can put the extra into the sink. So I'm not going to be able to do that now, so we'll try to...
Stop.
So we need 25 grams of sugar. And we just watch that little number, 6, 10, 14. $23, $22. That should do it. $24. $25. So we pour that in. Next, we're going to have 4 grams of salt. This is the one that's usually tricky for me, and I got this is on the right side, usually on the left. No, that's okay, don't. Okay. So we go 4.
How many grams of salt?
4 grams of salt.
Okay.
And I got 5, but that's all right. I can't put it away. So we'll put the 5 grams of salt in. And last but not least, we have the yeast. And after we put the yeast in, we can't mess around. We got to get it into the bread machine because the yeast will do that. And we do 6 grams of yeast. And this is really light stuff, so you get a lot of it in there. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I just want to tell you before I put the yeast in, when you go to put this in the bread machine, it'll be like this. If this is 12 o'clock on the clock, this will be like this. You put it in at a little bit of an angle like that, and it'll fit down, and then you twist it up so this is facing right in the middle of the back of the bread machine. Do you understand what I mean?
Say it one more time.
Okay. If this is a clock, and this is 12 o'clock,
right.
6 o'clock, 3, 9, when you put it in that bread machine, you put it in like maybe about 10:30, 10 o'clock,
right.
And it fits down in there. Otherwise, it won't go in. And then you turn it, and you'll feel it. So this is be right back at 12 o'clock on the clock.
Got it. Right.
And then you'll see the buttons on the side. It'll say, you can look on the other side, and the 8th button is dough, and that's what we're going for today, dough.
I'm going to have to go look at it, so don't put the yeast in yet.
Okay, go look. Go. So when we have all the ingredients in the pan, you take the pan over to the machine and put it in. And if this is like 12 o'clock on a clock, and this is 6, you put the pan in sort of at 10:30, 10 o'clock maybe, and that'll fit down into the little holder on the bottom, and then turn it, and it tightens up there, so the top of this is back to 12 o'clock again. And then the cycle button on the far left, we want to use the dough cycle, and that's number 8. It's already set at 1, so you hit this cycle button 7 times, and down here on the screen it should show 8 and then an hour and a half. And then once it does that, you close the lid and you hit the start button over here, and you're done. You just have to wait for an hour and a half.
Okay. And then we'll
take it out and proof it, cut it into the size we want, and then proof it for another hour before we bake it.
Okay.